I'm going to show you how I created this ad.
This has become part of my everyday routine, even on my busiest days or after a tough workout. It just fits into my day wherever the day takes me. Grab one below before they run out of stock again.
It's obviously a faceless video ad using this tool called Nextify AI, and I'm going to reverse engineer how I created this ad using a framework that I have come up with called the 3I framework. The tools I'm going to be using are Nextify AI and ChatGPT. All of them will be linked in the description if you want to follow along. The first I is inspiration. So this is where we come up with the idea or how to create this video. For this particular use case that I'm talking about here, my inspiration was this tool called Calo Data. And if you don't know it, it's a tool that analyzes TikTok Shop data. It tells you what's selling on TikTok Shop. It gives you all of this information, the product name. It shows you how much money these different products are making, who's making what money, and so forth. But for you, it may be something completely different. You may get your inspiration from a social media app, from other people, etc. So in terms of practically how I've gone about doing this, so I obviously looked on Calo Data, browsed, found it. Now that I'm happy to go ahead and create a video selling this particular product without actually having the product in hand, benefits of using AI. What I've done next is go on to Google so I can source the images of this particular product, and you'll understand why this is important. Also worth noting, this fits into our next I within our 3I framework. This is now iteration. This is where you collect the different assets and tools that you are going to be using to create this image. And by the way, for the Nextify portion of this video, if you do want to follow along, I've left a link in the description. I've negotiated a deal where if you sign up, you're going to get 30 free video creation credits. So you can just continue testing it before you go ahead and commit to a paid plan if you decide you want to do that. So again, link is in the description and in the pinned comment. But again, where we are now, our second I in the framework. So I am on Google. I found an image of the product that I can use. Now, worth noting, this image is, you're not stealing, you're not going to use the exact image within your video, but this gives you a source file that you can use in order to get ChatGPT to then create some additional fictional images from that. Now, the next thing that I did is create a folder where I'm going to be saving all of these assets. Okay, so I've gone into ChatGPT and I have grabbed this AI avatar and I've grabbed that image of the product here, as you can see. And I've gone onto ChatGPT and said, hey, can you please create 5 vertical images of this fictional AI avatar woman holding and taking the tablets in the pictured product, which is this. And I've also named it there so to give ChatGPT as much context as possible. Now, I've described the different scenes that I want her to be in as well. There's at work in a busy office, at home in a kitchen, at the park reading a book, at the gym following a sweaty workout, while steadily taking a walk with her friends in her middle-class neighborhood. So I'm giving those guardrails about what it is that I want to come out of the tool rather than just letting it go all different directions and potentially not get what I'm looking for. ChatGPT's gone ahead and created the images that I'm looking for. Just all based on this one image here. So this is the first image. Now, important thing to note here is you want to make sure that ChatGPT creates these images individually as well, because a lot of the time, if you don't specify, it'll create them in a grid, which is completely useless, because you want the images to be individual, right? And you want to also specify that you want them to be portrait, because for my video that I'm going to be creating, it's going to be a portrait video. So that's the first one. So I was very specific here, as you can see, about creating the images individually, one at a time for each setting. Do not create the next image until I approve the one before. Let me know if you have any questions before going ahead. Didn't have any questions, created the first one, created the second one, created the third one. And after this one, I was like, okay, images are looking good, but they do give a similar POV, even though the settings in the background are different. She's looking at the camera and it's got a similar feel to it. I wanted it to be just slightly looser and slightly varied. So I've gone ahead and said next one, which is steadily taking a walk with her friends. She doesn't need to be looking at the camera. So this is me directing the AI in terms of what I'm looking for, and straight away there, she's not looking at the camera. At the park reading a book, and again, she's not looking at the camera. Just those little nudges and pushes to let the AI know exactly what you are looking for. I've then asked ChatGPT to export these images as a zip file, each image appropriately titled. So Nextify, which is the tool that I'm going to be using to actually create the video, knows what each image represents. Now, in our framework, so remember the first I was inspiration, the second I was iteration, which is what we've just done now. The third I is going to be implementation. And this is where we actually take those assets, pull them together and create the actual video. So just going to grab them. So they're in the folder, all ready to go. And then I've gone on to Nextify. Now, in order to come up with this video, I have gone on and uploaded the images. I'm just going to go back onto the home page here. There we go. Boom. The images are downloaded. Now you've got an option here to either retype a prompt and ask Nextify to create the video. But what I like to do is use another AI to come up with a detailed prompt of what I am looking for. So I'm going to show you what I mean here. So these 6 images, I took them and re-uploaded them back onto ChatGPT and asked it to come up with a prompt I can use on Nextify to come up with the result that I am looking for. So here's the conversation. So I uploaded the images here. I also uploaded an image of the product itself just to give ChatGPT a little bit more context. And I said, create a prompt for Nextify AI to create a short vertical 12-second video ad for the Torplax Magnesium Complex and so forth. You can pause the video if you want to read the full prompt. I've also let it know that we're going to be using the Seedance 2 model, which is available here. There's a bunch of different models. Now that's done, ChatGPT has then gone ahead and enriched my idea. But the problem with this prompt was that it was too long for Nextify AI because you can only add so many characters here. So I've gone back to ChatGPT and said, hey, this is great, but it gets truncated. So it has taken it, compressed it. I then took this prompt again. You want to pause if you want to copy it or read it. And I copied it and I took it back here onto Nextify, which I'm going to do now just to show you. So just from here, and then you just paste it on there and there we go. So that's not truncated anymore. What we can also see here is at the bottom, the type models that you can use to create the videos. In this case, I'm using Seedance 2.0, just the default one that's come up. You can also specify how the size of the video that you are creating. Is it a vertical or horizontal? In this case, it's a vertical video. You can also specify the quality. Do you want 1080p? That's higher quality, therefore that's going to cost you more in credits. But I've stuck with 720p. That's only 10 generation credits, as you can see. And by the way, if you do sign up with the link that I've left in the description, again, you get 30 free credits. 13 seconds or thereabouts worked for what I was trying to do. And then from there, you've chosen the length of the video quality, aspect ratio, video model, the number of videos. And then I went ahead and generated the video there using the generate button. Took around 3 to 4 minutes. And if I go back onto my projects, this was the result that came up. I'm just going to go ahead and play it.
This has become part of my everyday routine, even on my busiest days or after a tough workout. It just fits into my day wherever the day takes me. Grab one below before they run out of stock again.
So really impressed with this. It's an AI generated video. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. There is some jankiness just within that first 2 seconds at the beginning there. I'm just going to play it.
This has become part of my...
Yeah, so you can see that her cup disappears and the tub of the tablets there just, stands in a weird way that physically shouldn't be able to do so. Nothing you can't edit using a free tool like CapCut or whatever other editing tool that you like to use. But to be honest with you, the rest of this video...
Everyday routine, even on my busiest days or after a tough workout. It just fits into my day wherever the day takes me. Grab one below before...
The rest of it is just perfect. For me, that's about 98 to 99% done. All I'd need to do is just drop it into a video editor like CapCut or Descript, which I like to use. Cut that first portion, maybe make the video a little bit faster, maybe remove some of the silences so it's more faster paced, add a few transitions, edits that will take you around 5-10 minutes to do. And just like that, you've got a video that's ready for you to upload onto TikTok Shop, Meta Ads. So the 3 I's framework, inspiration, got iteration, and finally implementation. If you want to try this tool, it is linked in the description. Go ahead and give them a test drive.